Hello, welcome back to the Engineering Society of Baltimore, your club. I'm J. Austin Binder here again with a cocktail which hopefully is going to kick off your holiday weekend just right, the daiquiri. And I'm not talking about that frozen fruity concoction many of us, including myself, have enjoyed in, say, Cancun or Key West from Senior Frogs that comes in the insulated, sippy cup. I'm talking about the classic daiquiri, invented by Jennings Cox, an American mining engineer, when he was in Santiago, Chile. So as he told the story, he had a dinner party and they ran out of the gin everybody enjoyed and sent somebody out for a different spirit so they could keep the party going. Of course, came back with rum, and he concocted a punch made of rum, lemons, water, and sugar. And as he kept having parties and everyone enjoyed it, he came up with a name for this, and he named it after a nearby beach, daiquiri. Well, eventually, Rear Admiral, U.S. Navy Medical Officer Lucius Johnson came down and visited and enjoyed this punch so much that he decided to bring it back up to the States. And he introduced it to the Army-Navy Club in Washington, D.C., and the University Club right here in Baltimore, and they developed it into the single-serving cocktail which we know and love today. 3 basic ingredients in this. 4 if you include the ice, lime juice, simple syrup, and rum. White rum preferred. So, what we're going to do is I already sped things up by pouring 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup here, and then the recipe calls for a full ounce of fresh lime juice. So we always measure. We're going to squeeze that juice right into the glass. And look at that. 1 ounce, that's a very big lime. Throw that in there. And then 2 ounces of rum. Now, like I said, you can use whatever rum you have on hand, golden or aged, if that's what you have. But the white rum is really going to allow that beautiful pale green color of the lime juice to come through. Then I'm going to fill the shaker here with ice and take our pint glass and shake. And we don't have to shake for a very, very long time, just enough to really integrate those 3 ingredients and chill it down. So once you've got that done, you take either a small martini glass or small coupe glass, something around 4 to 5 ounces, and then you're going to strain right into it. And what we've got here, you'll see, is this beautiful kind of milky pale green color. I can already smell the beautiful lime, citrus notes, and little hints of tropical fruits coming off this cocktail. It's absolutely sublime. Beautiful, extremely refreshing. It doesn't have, say, that pepperiness that you might get from a margarita, which you might think this is somehow akin to, but this is all about marrying crisp lime flavors with beautiful tropical fruit notes. This has banana, coconut layered right there underneath. It's absolutely stunning. And I can see how these would go down really easy on a warm, hot, humid day. But now you're probably asking yourself, Jay, I see extra ingredients out here. What's going on with that? Well, daiquiris are not just celebrated by, the working class like us or mining engineers who invented it. Very famous people enjoy the daiquiri, including John F. Kennedy and Ernest Hemingway, who was so enamored with the daiquiri he had to develop his own. It's known as the Hemingway daiquiri, of course, and he ordered them by doubles because Hemingway did things large. They were called papadobles. But a single Hemingway daiquiri would be 2 ounces of rum and 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice, 1/2 ounce of grapefruit juice, and 1/4 ounce of a cherry liqueur. We're using Luxardo, which is fabulous. So what we're going to do is we're going to just empty out our shaker there, and let's make a papadoble. Let's double it. All right, so instead of 2 of rum, we're going to do 4 of rum. Why not? It's a holiday weekend. 4 of rum, and then instead of 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice, we're going to do 1.5 ounces of lime juice. I mean, it's the 4th of July. Why not? All right. So what we got here, we got about Another full ounce. That was a big lime. All right, and then we've got one more half of a lime here to go. Let's see how much we can get. Well, let's not do the whole thing. We'll overkill on the lime juice. We're looking for 1.5 ounces, doubling that 3/4. There we go. And now we're gonna do the grapefruit juice. Because it's a little larger, I'm gonna just squeeze right here into a measuring cup. And then I'm gonna pour that juice into my shot glass, and instead of 1/2 ounce for a single, we're making a double. Take a full ounce of grapefruit juice right in there, and last but not least, doubling that 1/4 ounce of Luxardo up to 1/2. That's Papa Doble. That just even sounds right. Papa Doble. All right, once we've got all those ingredients in, we're just gonna load up with the ice. We're gonna shake again. Again, I'm not worried in this case about contaminating this drink with the last one because all I'm doing is adding an extra ingredient. I wouldn't go the other way because I wouldn't want to put the grapefruit back into a regular daiquiri. But going this direction, no problem whatsoever. All right, once we've got the nice and chilled down, I'm gonna take this really large coupe glass because I've got a doble, Papa Doble. And we're gonna just strain that right in there. Oh, it's gorgeous. So, you'll note, I don't know if you can, but I can see, whereas this is just totally like a pale, kind of almost milky green color, this has hints of pink scattered throughout it, which just is actually a slightly more beautifully aesthetic drink. The aromas, clearly a mixture of those two citrus notes, and unlike the daiquiri where I got some tropical fruit, I'm not really getting tropical fruit here. I'm really just getting the citrus. Filled it a little full, so I'm gonna sip from here. So without the simple syrup in this one, it's a much tartar cocktail. Beautiful layer underneath of that maraschino cherry liqueur, which adds a nuttiness background to the tropical fruit of the rum. Totally still get those banana and coconut notes of the rum, get a little bit of like a nuttiness from the cherry because, again, this is made including the cherry pits, not the fruit. So together, this is a much more complex drink, and actually, because it's a tartar profile for my taste buds, slightly more refreshing, this one. And it is a double. So here's hoping a few Papa Dobles are in your future this 4th of July. Cheers. Yeah. He ran out of the gin everyone was enjoying, and what it was like a jump. Plenty of ice. We're gonna take our measuring glass, which, crap, I gotta start this whole thing over again. Again, we're gonna fill. I screwed that all up, didn't I? Dag blasted.